listen. Say, isn't this where we're supposed to go?
It's the failure of diplomacy that's got us into this mess.
I don't want to go down in history as the last emperor of Austria.
That mailbox, I mean now. Tampering with the U.S. mail is a federal offense.
I dropped the wrong package in, that's all. This is what I intended to drop in the box.
Once you drop something in that box, it becomes the property of the U.S. government until delivery.
Oh, dear me. I haven't had so much trouble delivering a package since the incident in Vienna, back when I was a spy.
Spy? You mean like James Bond?
I mean a real spy in the war.
What war?
World War I. Of course, we didn't number it at the time because we had no idea there was going to be a sequel. Back then, it was just the Great War. And I had recently returned to France from fighting in the Congo. And by then, I'd seen enough of the madness of this war. I no longer wanted to fight it. I only wanted to help end it. And that's why I joined the French intelligence service.
Colonel, if you would, be sure to thank the President and the Prime Minister for us.
Gentlemen, God speed you in your efforts.
Hear, hear.
When do we leave?
Immediately. You will be supplied with false papers and, of course, an agent.
You mean a spy?
Precisely that, Major. Show in Captain Defarce.
Imagine Sixtus, our very own spy.
I bet he's a right ruffian. Great coarse fellow with knives in his boots and a scar across his throat.
He's probably missing an ear. I can't wait to meet him.
That's the trick cyclist we passed on the way in. We thought he was an errand boy.
That's Captain Errand Boy to you, Second Lieutenant. And unless you're dressed for a masquerade, I fully expect to be saluted.
Captain, really?
No, he's quite right.
You clearly have no idea who these gentlemen are.
Two officers of junior rank.
The brothers, Prince Sixtus and Prince Xavier of Bourbon-Parma.
You see, Captain, our sister is the Empress Zita of Austria. Her husband, Emperor Karl, wishes to negotiate a peace settlement separate from Germany.
My God, Germany would lose its major ally.
It would pull the rug right out from under the Kaiser.
What would my part be in this?
You are to escort Lieutenant Sixtus and Xavier into Vienna. There they will meet secretly with Emperor Karl and try to secure in writing certain concessions demanded by my government. You will then get the brothers safely back to France.
If we succeed, we can put an end to this war with the stroke of a pen, without another shot being fired or another life lost. Interested?
Here are your papers. They are expert forgeries and should see you safely into Austria.
Once you have crossed the border, you will be contacted by one of our operatives and given further instructions.
Operative?
Schultz.
How will I find this Schultz?
Schultz will find you.
You know, the skiing in Gstaad is extraordinary at this time of year.
Do you remember that time the Duke and Duchess of Rochester arrived with their entire retinue in tow? Never had the misfortune to run into those.
Let's get one thing straight. We're not here on holiday. This is damn serious business.
I don't think we need you to tell us that.
I think you do. Look at you, dressed like a couple of Parisian dandies off of the gaming tables.
You don't like us much, do you, Captain?
I don't care for the frivolous. In this line of work, it can get you killed. If we go into Austria with you prattling on about Gestaad of this and the Duke and Duchess of that, they'll be onto us in no time.
Who? German spies?
German spies don't concern me so much. All they do is shoot us. It's the Austrian secret police that worries me more.
And what would they do?
Poke our eyes out, strip our flesh, feed us our innards for starters.
You may view us as frivolous, Captain, but our commitment to ending this horror is not.
Yeah, well, I've seen the horror. Flanders, Verdun, the Congo. How much horror have you glimpsed from the Paris nightclubs?
Those uniforms that we wear aren't just for show, Captain. My brother and I serve as stretcher bearers, carrying the wounded off the front lines.
Our sister is equally concerned. Sixtus, show him the letter.
Think of all those unfortunate souls living in the hell of the trenches, dying every day by the thousands, and come with all haste. I like your sister already.
How dare you!
Just how far do you think we'd get if they searched you at the border and found this? We're at the Austrian border. Stay calm and don't act suspiciously. We'll have to leave the train, and we'll pass the checkpoint separately. And we'll meet up on the other side. Let's go. Keep low profile. And remember, we don't know each other.
The delay, Sergeant?
Are these your papers, mein Herr?
Of course they're my papers. Now, if you would let me pass.
They're taking him away!
Keep your voice down.
We have to do something.
Yes, we have to get back on the train now. thing we could have done. Our lives would have been forfeited and our mission would have amounted to nothing.
Oh, God. My poor brother. Whatever shall I tell our sister? Whatever shall I tell our parents?
Tell them that he sacrificed himself for the noblest of causes.
On the other hand, you could say that those stupid fools at the border mistook me for somebody else.
60? Oh, we thought you were a goner for sure.
I would have been, if it hadn't been for you. Thank God you burnt that letter.
What kind of questions did they ask?
Nothing important, like I said. They thought I was somebody else.
What are you thinking?
Why arrest us at the border? Why not shadow us into Vienna and smash the entire spy network?
But surely, if someone were taking us, we'd have noticed it by now.
Guten Abend.
Tickets, please.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I have to take your tickets for now.
Why would he take our tickets?
Excuse me, is there some problem with our tickets?
It seems you are assigned the wrong compartment. It's no problem. There's no one else due there today. So, feel free to stay.
Thank you.
I won't smoke if you don't want me to, but please don't hurt me.
Everything all right?
There was some confusion about being in the wrong compartment. I handled it.
Now what?
Now we make contact with Schultz. Or rather, he makes contact with us.
I wonder what this Schultz looks like.
You can tell, I'm sure he's a master of disguise.
I'm sure.
You're right. He is a master of disguise.
This is no time for jokes. There's danger. Follow me.
When NutraSweet first came out,
The three gentlemen who entered Austria by train no longer exist. Now there are only 3 young Austrian soldiers on leave.
That's more like it, Sixtus. I always thought we should be captains.
No, Lieutenant, unless you're dressed for a masquerade. We fully expect to be saluted.
Don't press your royal luck.
Take the car to Vienna. Here's the address. Tell them that you are friends of Frederick. He will take you from there.
Thank you, Frau Schultz.
One more thing. You will need this for the drive.
These are yummy.
Say, isn't that where we're supposed to go?
That's the place. I can see the address from here.
What happened?
A terrible shootout. Terrible. I'm told the secret police broke up a ring of spies.
Oh! According to what the policeman says. Lieutenant!
Stop the car! Stop!
Let him go. Now you stop. Drive, you idiot.
We don't know you, friend. We're not going anywhere.
You are drawing attention. Now drive. You are friends of Frederick, yeah?
I think you've mistaken us for someone else.
Trust me.
Who are you?
You may call me Mr. Max. Turn left.
Whatever you say, but we still don't know any Frederick.
No? Then why were you going to that house? 3 nice Austrian soldier boys like you. Nothing better to do on your furlough than visit a nest of spies? Huh. Turn right. These are yummy.
Yeah, I have to. How soon can you be here?
I don't trust this Mr. Max. He seems to know all about us. He could be working with Frederick.
He could also be secret police. They could have beaten that information out of Frederick when they arrested him.
Coffee to your liking?
It's fine. Now what?
Frederick is dead, in case you are wondering.
Sorry to hear that.
These men will see to you. I do hope it is over quickly.
We missed the turn. Schönbrunn Palace is back that way.
Hey! We're going the wrong way! I've got a bad feeling about this. As soon as they open the doors we jump. Agreed?
Devil take the consequences.
We're not the only ones.
Prayed for this day.
How long has it been? 3 years?
Oh, it's more like 4.
And who is this third man?
This is Captain Henri de Fonce, our spy. He got us into Vienna. If not for him, Lord knows what would have become of us.
Well done, Captain. We're most grateful.
Summon Count Czernin immediately. Tell him the package has arrived.
What can the ocean spray cranberry do that no other taste can do? Hit it, boys.
Bow, bow, bow. Think about, think about.
Sweet tart.
Sweet tart.
Ocean spray cran drinks. It's amazing what a little cran can do.
Bow, bow, bow.
And wait till you taste what a little cran can do in ocean spray cran strawberry. Cranberry strawberry drink.
Who are you going to call the most this month?
Most?
Good question.
Isabel. With Sprint's new program, The Most, first, you get 20% off whoever you call the most each month. Second, you get 20% off calls to any of the millions of other Sprint customers automatically.
My cousin Roberta was a little flaky. I don't know.
So now it's easy to save on whoever you call the most.
My brother-in-law, Paul, or Bob.
Even if you have no idea who that is.
The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles will continue in a moment.
So you see, Count Czernin, the French and British governments are most anxious to declare peace with Austria, but only if Karl is willing to grant 3 key concessions in writing.
And those are?
Number 1, Austria must agree to support the French claim to the region of Alsace-Lorraine.
Go on.
2, Austria must recognize Belgian sovereignty and agree to the evacuation of all German troops from Belgian territory.
3, we must restore Serbian sovereignty and grant them the economic concessions they seek.
These demands are somewhat problematic.
But not altogether unjustified.
Oh, I agree. But there are many in the Empire who would not. If I may speak frankly, there are those who would view these concessions as a betrayal
Perhaps even treasonous.
Who would dare?
The Kaiser, for one. Your Imperial Majesty knows that I have no wish to anger you. I was foreign minister to your great uncle, the Emperor Franz Joseph, for many years, and I hope to be yours for many years to come. But we are not just talking about peace with France. We are also talking about an end to our alliance with Germany, and this is not a matter to be taken lightly. The Kaiser can be a powerful enemy, as England and France have already learned.
I understand that, Count. But all that must be weighed against the realities of this war. Of course, we could go on until one side crushes the other completely. But at what cost?
Diplomacy demands.
It's the failure of diplomacy that's got us into this mess.
Your Imperial Majesty has strong views.
But she's right, isn't she? Look at Russia, my God, a revolution. The Tsar deposed by his own people. And why? Because they are weary of war. They are angry and dissatisfied. If we want to stop the same thing happening in Austria, we have to liberalize the monarchy and give the people what they want, peace, whatever the cost. I'm not merely being noble. It's not just the men in the trenches I want to save. I don't want to go down in history as the last emperor of Austria. The one who let a 1,000-year monarchy crumble through his fingers like dust.
Very well. I will draft a letter. Will tomorrow be soon enough?
As soon as you can, Count. Thank you.
Nonsense right now. If you made an effort to share your toys instead of fighting over them, nobody would have broken it and you could have both played. Instead, each of you ends up with nothing. Am I right?
Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
Too bad nations don't have grown-ups to settle their disputes.
I haven't slept well for the last 4 months since I've been emperor.
It's quite a responsibility.
It's not what I expected. When Zita and I married, we planned for a quiet, uneventful life at the royal court.
There's Count Chernin. Come on, everybody! Let's race to the house! March, get set, go!
Shame, really. I would have enjoyed a quiet, uneventful life.
But this isn't what we talked about at all. We spoke of guarantees, not platitudes and maybes.
There is a language to diplomacy which must be observed.
To hell with your language, and to hell with your diplomacy.
Now, calm down. There's nothing to be gained by any of this. Count Chernin, forgive my brother-in-law's rashness. Although I must admit, this letter, well, it is a little bit more vague than I had hoped.
As it must be.
But why?
One cannot start a negotiation by giving away the farm and all the livestock, can one? More importantly, if the Kaiser discovers what we are doing, we must have a fallback position.
Fallback position? Is that all you diplomats care about? Millions of people are dying, Chernin. And all you're concerned about is covering your own flank.
Young man, I'm less concerned with covering my flank than covering the Emperor's. Your Imperial Majesty, I advise caution. I've been as explicit in this letter as I felt it was wise to be. And now, it is up to you as to whether or not you wish to sign it.
Shakespeare said, first thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers. He was wrong. We should start with the bloody diplomats.
Your Imperial Majesty has made a wise decision.
Have I?
Go straight to this address. Mr. Max is waiting for you with new papers and civilian clothes for the return trip.
Doug!
You have Count Janine's letter in a safe place. Goodbye, Count.
Thank you.
As for you, Captain, we can never forget all you have done for us. Our brothers are precious. I know you'll look after them.
What are you looking so pleased about? This whole damn trip's wasted. That letter is worthless.
I have a feeling this one isn't.
To the British, Belgian, and French governments, I, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Karl of Austria-Hungary, do hereby sue for peace, in return for which I'm willing to grant the following concessions. Yeah!
You sure this is the place?
Yes. Mr. Max is in apartment 7.
Mr. Max? Hello?
All right. Maybe he didn't pay his bill. What's that?
White House matches. I think we should go now.
That is your Harry.
Let's get out of here! Give me your hand!
We were right behind them. We came around a corner. They were gone. Vanished.
The sewer was a really wonderful idea. What an incredible new smell you've discovered.
How's the letter?
A bit damp, but it's still intact.
A bit like us.
How are we going to get across the border in these uniforms? We're supposed to get new papers, civilian clothes.
I'll think of something.
Loose now. Hold off the loose ground. Last stop before the Swiss border.
Find us.
Probably checking every train out of Austria, especially trains to Switzerland.
Follow! Oh, you be still! Go away! Hildegard! Call the conductor at once!
We're just gonna have to jump off the train and try to cross the border on foot. We'll break our necks. I prefer that to being shot.
No, wait. I have a better idea.
We are looking for 3 Austrian soldiers.
Deserters. Seen them?
Excuse me. Hey!
Excuse me.
No, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please.
Okay, quick, out of those uniforms. How do we look? Perfect. You've even got German diplomatic immunity. These will get you across the border, no problem.
What about you?
Don't worry about me. Just get this letter back to France. Go.
Zone.
Reverse the train. Faster, faster.
I surrender. I'm an Austrian deserter seeking asylum.
And that's how we got the Emperor's letter out of Austria. Sadly, though, the Kaiser got wind of what the Emperor was up to. He called the kid in on the carpet, gave him a real dressing down. I don't know what pressure he applied or what force he used, but he forced Emperor Karl to go back on his promise. So the war dragged on for another year. A few more million lives were lost. Karl's prediction came true. The 1,000-year monarchy crumbled. He was the last emperor of Austria.
What a drag.
Well, not all stories have happy endings.
Guess not.
Doesn't even have correct postage. You know, I've always had a thing for ladies in uniform.